Where's my? Oh, oh. If you're watching this, don't pay no mind.
Detroit, welcome to the D, baby. 313, Detroit is now the Motor City. Detroit is now, can't nothing stop me. Detroit is now, I love my city. Detroit is now.
When you go to the middle ground with JLE L.L.C, where we treat you like family. That is the theme song, Detroit Love, off my first album, the JLE Experience, in all digital stores. Go check it out. And now we are here for season 6 finale with another great guest for you. We have, if I'm saying this right, IO Psychologist, virtual CFO, and a person of faith, Mary Davis. Welcome to the
That
show.
is correct. Thank you so much. Excited
Awesome.
to be here with you.
We're gonna have some fun. Celebrate you and
Yes.
what you doing out here.
Oh, well, thank you.
There'll be a few questions, nothing too crazy. First question: what led you to this path?
Wow, it's been a long journey. It's been I think so I started in psychology in I guess it would have been '07, '06 or 7. So it's been like a good 15 or so years. Yeah, it was, but back in the day, psychology was kind of a joke. Um,
Yeah.
People really did not think it was a real degree, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
so much happened, and yeah, now it's like everybody's so into mental health right now, which is kind of awesome. But no, back in the day, it was a total joke. If you were a psychologist, you were basically unemployed, right?
Okay.
So yeah,
Dang, that's
yeah,
up.
yeah. It was so ugly, and I remember there was this. I was with these other doctors, just
Mm-hmm.
absolutely brilliant creatures, and this very predominant senator had made this joke about how all psychologists were going to be unemployed. Um, and this is 10, 15 years ago, but yeah, it's been kind of awesome to see how it's kind of evolved. It's a big deal now, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, it's
absolutely.
been it's been very cool.
And we welcome Dr. Davis. You got to put down your LinkedIn now because we got to get your credentials out here. You worked hard for that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know it's been a lot of work, but yeah, it's been awesome.
I took intro to psychology back in '03. Me and my homeboy. The teacher
That's
we had was
amazing.
trying to recruit, so he was trying to tell us everything about it, and we like, the sound kind of interesting. And at the time, I wasn't the best in my single life dating, so I'm like, well, I need to understand women a little bit. I know I listen, but I ain't listening right. So this cat got to help me out with something. And man, he helped me figure out the matrix. I became a Jedi. Like, okay, I understand now. Because I ain't get it.
That
Like,
is too
okay,
funny.
I'm hearing, but I'm not hearing right. I need to learn. So, like, they would ask all types of questions. Like, why you ask like, dude? You seem to know something about the mind and people. So, I'm trying to figure out this thing. So I'm out in these streets. I'm trying to understand. I'm getting dunked on. I'm trying to get dunked on by Shaq. So I
That
need to get
is
some
too
understanding.
funny.
And that was a great class. I learned a lot
That
in that
is
class
too
about
funny.
nature versus
Oh,
nurture.
wow.
I learned they do studies with drugs. I'm like, what?
It happens. Yeah.
Blew my little mind that Wayne stay like, you let people smoke weed on this? What?
What?
You know, well, how you gonna figure out facts? Like, oh man, y'all the dope man. They were dying laughing like, how you learn Jeff with science? Like, well, I guess it makes sense, but I'm like, you still the dope man you work for. I'm just saying. I just clean this. You work with them because y'all look at doing it.
That is too
Great
funny.
class
Oh
in the
my
summer of '03.
goodness.
Great class. So next question: what is an IO psychologist?
Yeah, so it's a really specific branch of psychology that deals really with workplace psychology and
Oh, okay,
how, yeah, so how does the workplace kind of function? And we deal a lot with corporations. We deal a lot with the Department of Defense. Um,
oh
but it's
snap.
really specific in terms of it's really about how the workplace develops and how teams and kind of units and that kind of thing, as opposed to um, marriage and family counseling or
Okay.
something along those lines, which is very specific. So yeah, it's really about workplace psychology, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but you said the DOD, so look, I don't want no smoke. I'm here to celebrate you. I know you know people. I don't want no problem. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. I think corporations and also the Department of Defense, they kind of operate in a very similar way, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's very tactical.
Okay.
So, but again, it's very different in terms of it is a very specific type of psychology as opposed to again marriage and family counseling or
Now,
dealing
how
with
do
addicts or
the
something like that.
workers respond to type of psychology?
I think it's been good. It's very new. There's only a few thousand of us. So yeah, it's a very new form of psychology. So yeah, it's very different.
Come on, Dr. Mary. You ain't had one person give you a hard time with this in the workplace? Come on now.
Of course. Oh, of course. I mean
Okay.
that that's life.
Okay. Somebody might want to go in this field, want them to know what you want to get yourself into.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. It's definitely a new field. And it's growing more and more. But I think when I first started, there were less than 1,000 of us, and I think there's now maybe about 2,000 of us. So it's a very
Wow.
very new field. Yeah, for sure. Um,
One like Wu Tang. Okay. Okay.
yes.
Nice. Now, what is a virtual CFO?
Yeah.
Um,
So I basically do what a normal CFO would do, but I do it virtually. So creating financial reports, reviewing general ledgers,
mhm.
leading the team, which is probably my favorite thing is leading accounting and finance teams, pulling out those strengths, downplaying those weaknesses. That's probably my favorite thing is always working with the team. Um, but yeah, so it's just basically like exactly what a CFO would do, but it's from a virtual point of view, and then also it tends to be a little bit more financially. Um, it's a little bit less expensive. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So
Now,
there's that.
now, if you can understand me a little bit, you psychologist and you doing finance. How did you do this parallel? How
That
that have
is
come
the
about?
funniest thing that I literally answered that question today. It's the funniest thing. I think finance is so emotional.
Hmm.
The two really work well together. Um, but it is funny because I always answer that question. Finance is really emotional. It really is. It hits that part of you that nothing else really does. Um, but yeah, they're two totally different fields, but they marry very well together.
You work hard for your money, Dr. Mary. You ain't trying to give it away just to give it away.
Yeah.
Gas being like, dang, I want to just look at it a little longer. Okay, here. So I definitely understand that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, what has been the impact of these two paths?
Well, I mean, I think it's been awesome to be able to help people win with money. I think that's probably my favorite thing. I- is really, and we're both very much people of faith, and the Bible talks a lot about money and being a good steward, and so I
Mm-hmm.
think that comes into play in a way that you can't really. It's hard to describe, but I think as you are a person of faith, you understand how that works, and so that's been really fun. Really helping people win with money has been probably the greatest reward in that
Okay.
aspect. Yeah.
Okay. And what have been the challenges?
The challenges, my goodness. Well, it's always, I mean, I think
Mm, mm,
I think
mm.
there's always going to be the the technology changes, and again, there's a lot of emotions involved, and so I think those are always kind of the challenges there. Emotions, the technology changing, the world changing, so yeah, that's kind of where it's at.
Now, how has the pandemic affected these two jobs? Definitely virtually picked up more, but the
Sure.
psychology part, was that affected?
Yeah, so I've done hundreds. I think what was so fun when the pandemic first started was we were able to do, I was able to volunteer and get hundreds and hundreds of people government funding. So that was really fun.
Okay.
And that was just sort of a project I did. And I can't really get into specifics due to
Oh no, the
confidentiality,
G
but
classified. I understand.
yeah, that was a lot of fun just being able to help people get money from the government. But then also, I think from the mental health perspective,
Mm,
the suicide rates doubled. So that was
unfortunately.
really rough, and I was doing a lot of work with addiction, um, with
Okay.
addicts and alcoholics, and Narcotics Anonymous, and so that was really incredible too, um, to be able to do that kind of work as well. Was pretty amazing. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's been a rough season, I think, for everybody. But being
Mhm.
able to do that kind of work was pretty incredible.
Now,
Um,
was it just to transition for the psychology and the workplace function online during that time period?
I'm sorry.
Was it easy to transition the psychologist work function part you do online when the
No,
pandemic?
it was not easy at all. It was so tough. No, because I think finance is so structured. And so and finance is very and psychology is very emotional, and so transitioning into a totally different realm was tough, actually, to be honest. It wasn't
Okay.
easy at all. Yeah.
Okay. You can figure it out over that time period, though.
Yeah,
Well,
it took time, but it was a good time. Yeah.
now, person of faith, how has that helped you on this journey?
Oh my goodness, I mean, I don't know how I would have gotten through any of it without faith. And you're very much, and that's actually how I connected with you. Is I saw you were a person of faith, and um, I thought that was so cool. But I don't know that I would have been able to do anything without that. And I'm sure you can agree, right?
Oh yeah, hey,
Um,
he got me doing this.
right, exactly. I mean, the
He wasn't
creator
playing.
is always, yeah, he's always got, um, plans for us, and I think that I seriously don't know how I would have done anything had it not been, for the creator kind of leading and guiding those steps.
Oh yeah, no, he had to kind of do the. Come on, man.
Right,
I
exactly.
need you to reach out to people,
Exactly.
find amazing individuals, interview them to help others find their purpose. Like, well, I'm the purpose Moses. Like, what you talking about, bro? We gonna talk about
That's
sports, politics, entertainment, music.
that is too true.
So that's been a journey for me.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Comfortable in it too. interact and engage people has to be on the show.
That's
And it's
awesome.
been helping people. So I see why he got me.
That is
That's all
amazing.
the kicking and screaming.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know the Charlie, man. You know
I do know.
he created. Like you gonna ask Jeff to do this? Probably my father helped. Like you gonna ask my son? Hey,
That is too true.
see, and things start talking about God, the devil get a little mad. Happens all the time. Punch him in the mouth, put him back under your foot, keep it going.
That's all right. It's so true.
Every time, like, oh, stop talking about that.
I know, right?
As I was saying, that was probably a funny conversation to have. My father told him, Charlie created. You want me to do this? It's gonna be some work.
That's so true.
You ain't quick to just be out here like that, and engaging and talking to strangers. I'm like, they're gonna be stranger danger. They're gonna look at my LinkedIn like, who is this guy? What do you want? Oh, that's kind of cool. I do want to do it. Like, okay,
That
yeah,
is exactly what happens, right?
all the time. Like, okay.
You start talking about the creator, and then all of a sudden everything goes wrong, right?
Mhm. So we punch Satan in the mouth around here and put him back under our foot where he deserves. But his throat under your foot appropriately and press
That's so true.
and keep the party going. That's what you do. See, you having fun so far.
Of course.
Nothing to be nervous about. I'm a musician. I ain't got no sense.
I know, right?
Hmm. So, is there anything that you got going on you want to promote?
No, I was gonna ask the same thing about you. What's going on with you? I think this is so incredible. This whole having all these cool people on your interviews. What's the game plan with that?
The goal is to become profitable and have my own network and have other people having different type of shows under my umbrella.
That is so cool. Okay, that's incredible. Wow. No, I love that. But it's been so fun because what I watched a couple of different interviews that you did, and
Hmm.
I think it's so incredible that you like really uplift and like encourage other people. And God blesses that. He really does. And I don't know how you feel about that, but when
Yeah,
you give to other people, it comes back to you for sure. Absolutely. Um, so that's been fun to watch because I just know that that's going to come back to you. eventually, right? Pressed down, shaken together, running over, right?
Mhm.
For
That's
sure.
what Butler said all the time.
Yes.
He said all the time.
Yeah, so that's so fun to watch. I think because you encourage and you uplift and other people, and it's gonna come back to you. I just know that for sure. So
Yeah, the morning post I was going to stop doing, but people encouraged me to keep posting.
that
So
is so cool. I think that's incredible. And God's gonna bless that. It sometimes it takes time. Which is a little bit
mhm.
frustrating because it's like, you give and you give and you give, and it's like, nothing's happening. But the Creator, he's got something cool in store for you, and I just know that for
Yeah, I
sure.
felt like that a while ago. So this guy like, hey, keep on going. You're gonna
Yes,
do it.
exactly. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's got something in store for you. It just takes time. I think and that can be frustrating. And as psychologist, I was talking to another
Mhm.
uh, friend of mine who's a counselor, and I was like, man, we just like it's just you give and you give and you give, and you don't see anything from that. But he's also a person of faith, and he was like, God, he's doing something. You just have to be patient, and with
Well,
with you, I think that that's so true.
I
You've
mean,
given
one, I'm humbled
give.
that every morning I pray and he give me something to type for, I guess, the daily devotionals I'm putting up.
Yes,
I never gave a name to it, but I guess that's what
that's what it is, right? Yeah.
and it's been very humbling from that. And just to keep on working to do this. I don't have analytics, but I've noticed most people that have been guests on my show, if they had a moniker themselves that I see on their page, I would highlight it and I would see them start taking off doing their own thing. So
That is
I
incredible.
can't say you get on my show, you're gonna start getting on your purpose like you should. Because I
But
see it like,
that yeah, but
oh
that's so incredible, and it's gonna happen for you too, for sure, absolutely. Yeah, no,
yeah,
the
I'm always
creator
last. It's cool.
yeah, the
I'm good.
creator's doing something with you. I think that's amazing.
He know I want my own schedule.
Yes.
So you gonna figure that out. Like, okay, you can get him before 1 o'clock in the morning no more, man. Unless we in the studio or working on a TV show or something. So
Yeah, no, for sure, it's
you already
gonna
know the
happen.
Santa Claus list. You already know it.
That is so true.
I'm getting this out the mud, baby. Figuring it out as I go. Some people think I'm an expert. I'm like, thank you, but I'm just figuring this out
You're
as I
just
go.
figuring out as you go along. Yeah, that is too cool. That is too cool.
All right. Last question to ask everybody, because at first it's always to give you your flowers, as they say, build you up, let everybody know how awesome you are, whatever you're doing, nonprofit promotions. Then I need that last question. What advice do you have for someone trying to find their purpose?
Wow, I think, put the creator first, put God first, listen to what he says, trust in him.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really think it's going to be, spirituality. I think the creator knows what he's doing. And so, as frustrating and as tough as his last couple of years have been, I think that it's really brought us back to God and to focusing on what's important, and yeah, just put God first, and things will work out.
No, you're right. We haven't gotten away from that, and I guess people see the difference.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
That's been awesome. So, have did I meet my mission with my tagline where we treat you like family? Did you feel like
Yes, for sure. It's been so fun chatting with you. Oh my goodness.
okay? Now you might do a show one day. Who knows?
Who knows? Well, thank you
Ain't
so much for
scary, ain't
having
bad.
me. It's been
Simple
totally
questions.
fun.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure whoever might want to go in your fields you're doing, they're listening to this, or when they play the replay, like, okay, I could do that.
Oh,
And
well,
the field
thank
is still
you.
opening, so it all crowded. It's only 2,000 in there,
That's
so
true.
get in when you fit in. You know.
That is
So
very true.
I definitely want to thank the IO Psychologist, virtual CFO, person of faith, Dr. Mary Davis for gracing the show for the season 6 finale, episode 22, total 130. Wow.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me. What a blast.
Yeah, I think has a good fun. And to everybody, hope your weekend is awesome and blessed and safe. And the next episode will be after this one at 8 with Russ Johns.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.